Welcome to Mojo Travels, and today we're counting down our picks for the most delicious national dishes of Europe.
Are you a fan of our videos? Be sure to subscribe to Mojo Travels and ring the bell to be notified about our latest videos.
For this list, we're looking at official and unofficial iconic foods across European countries that showcase national and cultural heritages. Wiener Schnitzel, Austria. Although some argue that Wiener Schnitzel originated from Italy, its legacy is forever intertwined with Austria. Various meats can be used to prepare breaded schnitzel, from chicken to beef to mutton. For a traditional Wiener Schnitzel though, a veal cutlet is flattened before being breaded with flour, eggs and breadcrumbs. Then it's fried until it turns golden brown and is served with potato salad or fries. If you have reservations about eating veal, pork is the most common alternative. However, Austria actually has a culinary code specifying that Wiener Schnitzel must have a slice of veal. If a restaurant wants to put the pork variant on the menu, they'll typically label it as Wiener Schnitzel vom Schwein, or Wiener Schnitzel from pork. BACALHAU Portugal. According to a 2017 report, Portuguese citizens annually consume over 100 pounds of fish and seafood per capita. This makes Portugal one of the leading countries in fish consumption. It shouldn't come as a surprise that at least one of Portugal's national dishes is made from fish. Bacalhau translates to cod in Portuguese. A time-honoured, cost-effective way to get protein, dried and salted cod remains a popular dish due in part to the wide variety it offers. It's been said that there are 365 recipes for bacalhau, meaning you could eat a new variation every day of the year. Some claim there are more than 1,000 ways to prepare bacalhau, and from bacalhau cocido to bacalhau assado, Portugal has got it going on. FONDUE Switzerland. Swiss cuisine specialises in dairy, most notably cheese. There was even a Swiss cheese union, essentially a cheese cartel of sorts, from 1914 to the turn of the century. While the union is no more, it left its mark by making cheese fondue a national Swiss dish. Melted cheese might not sound like anything special, but anyone who's dipped bread or potatoes in fondue knows that it's one of the most satisfying treats on earth. Cheese fondue is a fairly flexible dish that's open to extra ingredients like green peppers and tomatoes. Naturally, the most essential component is cheese. Some regions of Switzerland prefer Gruyere, while others use Emmental. Appenzeller and Spritz will also ignite your taste buds. In any case, there's nothing like bonding over a warm fondue pot. And then, of course, there's chocolate fondue. Moussaka Greece. Variations of moussaka can be found in multiple countries, including Egypt and Turkey, but the standout version is from Greece, which chef Nikolaos Salamentes perfected in the 1920s. Salamentes' recipe comes in 4 steps and 3 layers. For the lower layer, fry some thinly sliced eggplants with olive oil. You can also use sliced potatoes. The centre consists of minced meat, preferably lamb, mixed with vegetables and spices. Top it all off with bechamel sauce. Once you've made all 3 layers separately, bake them into one plentiful entity and serve it hot out of the oven. As with lasagna, preparing moussaka might be a lengthy process, but the results are rewarding, evoking Greece's strong sense of community with every bite. Köttbullar, Sweden. Köttbullar is how the Swedes refer to meatballs, or meat buns. In the US, most people associate meatballs with spaghetti and red sauce. While it's not uncommon to pair köttbullar with pasta, Sweden puts a fresh spin on its meatballs. Traditionally, they're covered in gravy and served with a side of mashed or boiled potatoes. The meatballs themselves are often made of pork or ground beef. You can also mix the 2 meats together or use veal as a substitute. Despite being called Swedish meatballs, it's been claimed that King Charles VII got the recipe from Turkey during the 1700s. Other sources believe the meatball's origin is rooted in Italy or France. Wherever the dish started, köttbullar will always be viewed as a Swedish sensation. Haggis, Scotland. Okay, somewhat infamously, haggis is made from sheep's pluck, aka liver, heart, and lungs. The minced organs are mixed with oatmeal, suet, and spices. It's all packaged into the sheep's stomach, which, granted, might not sound attractive on paper. We assure you, though, that haggis tastes far more scrumptious than the ingredients suggest. The same can be said about hot dogs. This savoury delight became Scotland's national dish thanks to Address to a Haggis, a poem written by the legendary poet Robert Burns. While haggis is a staple of Scotland's supermarkets, it'll be an adventurous treat for visitors. If you can't get past some of the components, however, there is a vegetarian option. Fish and chips, United Kingdom. Americans usually pair their French fries with a plump cheeseburger. In the UK though, you simply can't have fries without delicious fish. As you might have heard, we British call fries chips, and battered fried fish and chips were quite simply made for each other. White fish is traditionally used, with the aforementioned cod or haddock being the most common. The chips aren't much different from what Americans are used to, although they're sometimes thicker. And to give the dish a zesty kick, the whole fry-up is often doused liberally with traditional tangy malt vinegar. If you're at the pub, order a pint to wash it down. Goulash Hungary. It's only natural to get hungry while visiting Hungary. We're pretty sure that dad joke just made you lose your appetite, but a rich bowl of goulash will bring it roaring back. This soup or stew can be traced back to the 9th century. It's a simple dish for Hungarian shepherds to prepare, with dried meat and water being the primary ingredients. Since then, Hungary has spiced goulash up with vegetables, imitable red paprika powder, and noodles. Potatoes are the most common veggie included, giving the dish a thick texture. Goulash is at its best when served in a bread bowl, because why not? It especially hits the spot on a chilly night, warming your heart as well as your stomach. Paella Spain. The pride of Valencia, paella has solidified its place as Spain's signature dish. This rice dish is traditionally prepared in a special large metal pan over an open flame. Peas, bell peppers, and tomatoes are just some of the veggies that comprise the dish. Various meats can be added, including pork, turkey, and even rabbit. If you have some mussels and shrimp on hand, try making paella de marisco for a seafood twist. Whichever you prefer, you need to add some saffron for truly authentic flavour. Paella is usually eaten right out of the skillet, giving the dish a neighbourly essence. Of course, you can always serve it however you want. However it's dished out, paella is a perfect party dish. Before we go to our top pick, here are a few honourable mentions. Sauerbraten, Germany. Marinated meat at its most succulent. Irish stew, Ireland. Lamb or mutton, you can't go wrong. Frikadelle, Denmark. Flatter than most meatballs, but still every bit as flavoursome. Pizza, Italy. Pizza needs no introduction, but we can never get enough of it. New York, Chicago, and even California have put their own unique spins on this universally appealing comfort food. Yet, it's hard to top pizza from its native country. Pizza as we know it today is derived from flatbread in Naples. While it's debatable who deserves credit for inventing pizza, Italian chef Raffaele Esposito arguably popularized the modern version. According to legend, Esposito once made 3 different pizzas for Queen Margherita of Savoy. She preferred the one with tomatoes, mozzarella, and basil, as it encompassed the colours of Italy's flag, red, white, and green. Whether or not there's any truth to this, the fusion of dough, sauce, and cheese remains among life's simplest and greatest pleasures.
Do you agree with our picks? Check out this other recent clip from Mojo Travels, and be sure to subscribe and ring the bell to be notified about our latest videos.